Kim Olsen.
Hi, thank you, Susie, for inviting me, and Housing as a Human Right for
A little bit
holding this.
closer
Sorry.
to the mic there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you now. yeah.
sorry.
Or just move it a little bit, yeah.
I'm kind of loud, I don't want
And
to
you
get
can
too
stay
close. Okay, thank you very much for having me, and thank you for having this panel. It's incredibly important. I'm with West Valley Homes, yes. We primarily work in the West San Fernando Valley, and I know Senator Stern. He came out with us last Thanksgiving to deliver food to some of our encampments in the West San Fernando Valley. We go out every week, every Sunday. We reach about between 425 to 500 unhoused folks. We bring food, we bring supplies, we bring information. The cornerstone of our work is food, right? You build this human connection. We all need food. We all eat. And from that food, we're able to build trust. We're able to build community. We're able to build broader programs from which we have been able to get people into housing, from where we've been able to get folks who live in their vehicles to get their vehicles legal so that their shelter is not going to be towed. Especially, we have a moratorium coming up here in Los Angeles where they are going to start towing vehicle dwellings again. That should not happen. We have historic heat waves coming. We had heat of 108 degrees in the San Fernando Valley last week. We took out frozen water to our unhoused neighbors, in addition to our regular outreach. People can die in these temperatures living outside. You know, when we talk about food insecurity, we also need to be talking about water. I live in an area with little to no shade. It is hazardous. Our folks, when you talk about transportation, when you talk about these things, when you talk about food insecurity, you want someone to go to a pantry in 120 degrees? Good luck. How are you going to get the food home? Right? During the pandemic, we didn't even have buses running. So at the beginning of the pandemic, our unhoused folks called me crying, completely freaked out. Where am I going to get food? The churches, they shut down the community meals. Pantry shut down. Volunteers weren't showing up. People did not want to put themselves at risk. And I don't blame them, but our government left them out in the cold. We set up curfews without considering that they needed to go to the market and that the hours that our unhoused folks go to the market are different from us, right? Our volunteers include unhoused folks, and they're saying, you have to do something. Like, nobody stepped up. So we found folks. We grew our volunteer base. We found food. So where our government and our traditional structures took a huge step back, our grassroots organizations here in LA took a huge step forward. And I know you're going to talk about it too, because we did. And I know you're going to talk about it too, because everybody just left us with no resources, with nothing, except for the LA Regional Food Bank, right? Everybody else, they left town. So we went out, we put ourselves at risk to bring out food, to bring out supplies, to bring out people information, because they closed our showers, they closed bathrooms. In CD12, where I live, there were no bathrooms. There has not been a legal place to use the bathroom until recently. No porta potties, nothing. Imagine that, right? It is, these are absolutely, Pastor, these are moral decisions. This is not necessary. There is enough food in this county to feed people. We need to get the food to where it needs to be. That, if I'm going to ask you for one thing, I'm going to ask you to support, I'm going to ask you for two things. I'm going to ask you to support grassroots organizations who are doing the work, who are building the trust, who are out there in those encampments. Pandemic, no pandemic, 121 degrees last summer, our people were out there calling 911, by the way, because our folks were suffering from the heat. People can die in those temperatures. My phone stopped working. It had a big thermometer on it that said it was too hot. Right? If your phone doesn't work in those temperatures, your body probably doesn't either. So I am telling you, support grassroots organizations. Get the money directly to them. We are 100% volunteer, and we include unhoused folks. I have unhoused folks out there today caseworking their neighbors to get their cars legal so they're not going to lose them when this moratorium comes up. Get us transportation, get the food to where it needs to be. LA Regional should not be the sole organization responsible for getting this food out. There is food available through tons of organizations all over this city, daily, if not weekly, that does not get to where it needs to go. We all are on these lists. We have this, can you get it? Nope. I don't have a truck. Nope. I don't have refrigeration. It is here. 2022, we have a new law coming into effect, SB 1383, where they're going to have businesses make food available. How are we going to get it where it needs to go? How are we going to do that? So those are my two big asks for you. Hollywood Food Coalition is one organization I want to bring up.
I was just going to say it.
They supply me with my lunches on Sunday.
Yes.
So Bonnie, who runs that, is amazing. So they were getting 7,000 lunches every Sunday. We're down to 4,000 right now. They're actually, our need has not decreased, but our donations have. Our support has. We are begging folks to get involved. We need folks to volunteer. Call Hollywood Food Coalition. Give Bonnie all your money. She deserves it. She gets food out all over this city, not just every Sunday, every day. Every day. They are amazing. Bonnie makes not one dime from this work, by the way. Not one dime. We're all volunteers, and we're out here hustling and begging you to support us.
Thank you.
That's what we need. Sorry.
Thank you. If I didn't learn anything, it was give all the money to Bonnie or give all the food to Bonnie, and the resources need to go to Bonnie. So we heard you. We heard you.